This week on a subreddit where people post anonymously about their real lives, a single post got 19,000 upvotes. It said, "No one other than my wife reaches out to me first." Let's sit with that for a second. One comment underneath had 1,300 likes. It said, "Last year my mom died and my marriage ended. One friend texted to check on me once." We're taking this very seriously here. That is not a personal failure, I can tell you. That is not bad luck. It's a pattern, and a writer who died 100 years ago described it perfectly before the internet existed, before loneliness became an epidemic, before Reddit. His name was Franz Kafka. His story is called The Metamorphosis, and I'm going to use it to show you 5 ways why you feel invisible and exactly what moves you off of zero for each of them. And I'm doing this because Mr. Rogers from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and Mother Teresa are gone. The loudest voices filling that gap right now are coming from the manosphere, and some of that is genuinely toxic. There needs to be another option, one that helps you understand without pushing you to feel badly about yourself, because it's not your fault. It is a shifting environment, and no one ever told you this. Reading the right stories from classic literature can actually change how you perceive the world, how others perceive you, and how you see yourself. I was a linguist and analyst in the US Army, an English teacher, a successful real estate salesperson, and my role in every single one of those careers was the same thing. Recognize patterns in communication. That's what I do here. I'm not going to give you theory. I'm going to show you the patterns through stories you can actually use in your real life interactions. So who was this Franz Kafka, and why does he matter for you? Franz Kafka was born in Prague in 1883. He worked a boring insurance job by the day. He wrote and rented a room alone at night. And what he discovers is exactly what those 19,000 people on Reddit are living right now. You just don't have the language for it yet. Here are the 5 ways Kafka explains why you feel invisible and what each one means for you. Way number 1, he was only seen for what he provided. This week on Reddit, someone posted, "When I try to start a normal conversation, they leave it unread. But when they need something, suddenly they are super responsive." And 2,400 people on the Reddit thread Gen X shared a post that said, "The people who reach midlife with no close friends aren't unlikable. They're the ones who gave too much for too long to people who took it." Gregor Samsa would recognize both of those posts immediately. Before his transformation, Gregor was the provider. He paid the family's debts. He woke up early. He never complained. He showed up. When he doesn't come to work one morning, his boss's first reaction isn't concern, it's suspicion. Because what the boss needed from Gregor is gone. His family's first reaction, not love, panic about the money. Gregor wasn't being seen as a person, he was being seen as a function. And the moment the function stopped, the people around him stopped seeing him at all. That's what this means for you. If people only respond when they need something from you, it's not because you're not enough. It's because you've only shown them the version of you that does things for them. You haven't given them something real to respond to. Not what you do, not what you provide, but what you actually think, notice, feel. People can't connect with a role. They can only connect with a person. Which trap is yours? Comment the number. We will talk about it. Way number 2. The moment he stops fitting, he gets shut out. On Reddit thread /social skills, 363 people upvoted a post this week that said, "If we haven't talked in 2 years, we are strangers." And on r/friendship advice, someone wrote, "I was chasing for ages. She still makes time for everyone else, not me." The top reply had 25 likes. It said, "You are not overreacting. You're just tired of doing a one-man show in a 2-player relationship." This is Gregor's life, word for word. After his transformation, Gregor's father doesn't help him. He pushes him back into his room. Every time Gregor tries to exist in a shared space, back into the room. And nothing dramatic happens after that. No fight, no confrontation, no conversation. People just stop engaging. They didn't hate Gregor. They just didn't know what to do with a version of him that didn't fit the role anymore. But here's the moment Kafka gives us. Gregor hears his sister playing violin through the wall. He doesn't perform. He doesn't try to be useful. He doesn't manage how he looks. He responds honestly to what's actually happening in front of him. And for one moment, he is more connected than he's been since the story began. That is what this means for you. Connection doesn't come from fitting in. It comes from reacting honestly to what's in front of you. That's what gives people something real to respond to. Way number 3, he starts disappearing from his own life. On Reddit/social skills, 220 people upvoted this post this week. Knowing no one likes you is a terrible feeling. I've always been the initiator. I'd check on them, but I stopped once and I noticed they'd never do the same for me. And on Reddit/me_IRL, that same post with 19,000 upvotes, one of the top comments said, "Nobody will even know when I die." No one replied. That's not anger. That's quiet erasure. And Kafka described it 110 years ago. After Gregor's family stops engaging, his sister starts removing the furniture from his room. At first, Gregor panics. The furniture is the last physical proof that he existed as a person in his house. But then he gives in. He lets it happen. He retreats to the corner. He stops eating. He stops showing up in the hallway. The easier he makes it for his family to forget him, the faster they do. Kafka gives us the loop in one sentence. Feel invisible leads to withdrawal, leads to become more invisible. Not because people pushed him out, because he stopped showing up at all. That's what this means for you. When you feel invisible, the instinct is to pull back, say less, risk less, take up less space. That instinct is the trap, because that's exactly what deepens it. The only way out is the opposite move. Stay engaged even when it feels uncomfortable, even when you're unsure, even when no one seems to be watching, because that's how you stay visible in your own life. Way number 4. The moment he sees it clearly on r/lonely this week, 443 people upvoted a post that said, "I just wish I was someone's first choice once." And on r/changemyview, 771 people debated the male loneliness epidemic. The comment with 163 likes said, "It comes from people that are close to you, your friends and family, not choosing to see you as a man who could be facing personal battles." Gregor has a moment exactly like this. He overhears his family talking. They're calling him a burden, making plans for a future without him, as if he's already gone. And something shifts. He realizes he was never really known. He was only needed. And here's what that realization does. He stops trying to be accepted. He stops reacting to how others see him. He stops performing for the room. And in that moment, even at the end of his life, he becomes more himself than he ever was when he was human. That is what this means for you. As long as you're trying to earn your place in conversations, you'll always feel like you're on the outside looking in. But when you stop performing for approval, you change how you show up completely. And that, not performance, is what people actually respond to. Way number 5, the real lesson and what happens when you change. On Reddit/self this week, a 31-year-old posted, "I moved to a new city. I joined a gym. I tried meetup groups. I can talk to anyone. I still have no close friends." 471 people upvoted it. 117 comments said same. This is Kafka's last and hardest truth. A life built on being useful, agreeable, expected will never feel like your own. That is not a character flaw. That's a trap. And most men walk into it because no one showed them the door. Kafka's gift is clarity. If you start showing up differently, not everyone is going to like it. The people who needed the old version of you, that always available, always useful, always agreeable version, will push back when that version disappears. the crucial moment. Do not go back, because going back doesn't make you visible again. It just makes you useful again. And those are not the same thing. That's what this means for you. You are not broken. You were operating on an incomplete set of information. No one showed you this before. You are seeing it now. Here is some self-talk. This might be the missing piece for you when the resistance comes, and it will. Here is what you say to yourself. It's okay that I didn't know this before. It's okay that I was showing up in a way that wasn't really me. I'm learning this now. And when someone doesn't like the new version, if they don't like this version of me, let them. Not in a defensive way, not in a closed off way, just in a steady, grounded way. You're giving them the chance to see you. What they do with that is up to them. Here is the balance. This is where most people get it wrong. There are two ways to go wrong here. One, you shrink back into the role. You decide it's easier. You go back to being useful, agreeable, invisible. Number two, you overcorrect. You become rigid, almost performative about the new you. That's just a different kind of role. What you are going for is quieter than both of those. It's forgiving yourself for how you showed up before, not resenting the people who didn't see you, and staying present enough to try again, because that's what Gregor never got the chance to do. He understood it at the very end. You're understanding it now, in the middle. So let's go back to this. 19,000 men upvoted a post this week that said no one reaches out to them first. 443 men said they just want to be someone's first choice. And one man writing alone in a rented room 110 years ago described exactly what you were feeling and exactly what kept you there. That's what Kafka was really saying. It's not that you are invisible. It's that you've been showing up in a way that kept you hidden. The shift isn't about becoming more impressive. It is about becoming more real. That is how you stop being a role and you start being someone people can actually see. Kafka is one story. I wrote a book called Communication Skills for Men, built around 100 heroes and legends whose stories map directly into what you are going through right now, because the patterns were always there. Someone just needed to translate them for you. Amazon and Kindle, they're there, and the link is in the description.